All right, y'all, here we go, man. Top 10 college football quarterbacks per Ari Wasserman, man. Do you agree with him with this top 10? Let's look at it. All right, so this is how he has it. We talked about DJ Lagway. I did a whole separate video on that. We're going to leave that alone, but let's reveal the rest of the top 10. Number 2, Lenore Sellers out of South Carolina, all SEC freshman. Very, very bright future ahead. At 3, he has Arch Manning of Texas. 4, John Wachter of Oklahoma. He's been creating a lot of buzz out of the spring practice and spring training from what I've been hearing out of Oklahoma. Cade Klubnik at number 5. Sam Leavitt of Arizona State at number 6. Garrett Nussmeier with LSU at number 7. 8, Haynes King for Georgia Tech. 9, Drew Aller of Penn State. 10, Nico, which did a video on Nico earlier, him negotiating his contract. All right, so my thoughts, first and foremost, I think you have to put Arch above Lenore Sellers. I know Lenore Sellers played this past year, had a phenomenal year with South Carolina, yada, yada. Look, I feel y'all, I agree. I like him as a quarterback. But for my standings, I'm putting Arch Manning number 2. Lenore, I'm going to move down to number 3, right? Then I'm going to move up Cade Klubnik past John Wachter. No disrespect. I like Cade better. Cade has the weaponry to be elite this upcoming season for the Clemson Tigers. He's a very special player, very special talent. And I think he has the makings to really boost his draft stock that next year, right? Again, Clemson, they got to go further in the playoffs. They played Texas round 1. They got to get past that first round of the playoffs. They got to get to the second, third round, quarterfinals, and beyond. But I think he has everything set up. An elite defense I think they should have this year, especially after they added the former Penn State defensive coordinator to their staff, right? An elite defensive line coach as well. And then offensively, have probably one of the better, most underrated offensive line coaches in the country. You know what I'm saying? And he got the receivers with obviously Brian Wesco, TJ Moore, and they got this commit or this transfer portal guy that's 6'5", that's elite, man. I think Cade is in store for a big year. Next, y'all not going to agree with me. I will move Haynes King up. I do like that he is on this list, but I will move Haynes King up to number 5. I will put John Wachter down, put him at number 6. I think Haynes King has all the intangibles. He showed it in that Georgia game, had them boys on the ropes. If it wasn't for that turnover, I believe they win that game, and they make a lot of noise. Georgia probably still makes the playoffs, but I think they finish with a higher seed, obviously, in the bowl games. And I just think that Georgia Tech has everything for him in order to be successful this year. He was last year. He suffered an AC shoulder joint sprain, but I think they have everything in line for him to succeed. Malachi Hosley, Jamal Haynes, right? Really good tight end play. Luke Harpring. Look at their receivers, right? Malik Rutherford, Dean Patterson, Eric Rivers, Isaiah Canyon. Defensively, they should be good. We'll figure out in the spring game how good their defensive line is. Obviously, linebackers should look pretty good in the secondary. But I think Haynes King is in position, and I'm glad he's getting a little bit of burn, but I will put him at number 5 in my humble opinion. Sam Leavitt. The reason I have him lower, y'all, I want to see him do it without having a Cam Scatterbo, right? Really good receiver play, but can they take that next step forward as well? Arizona State was a good football program last year, but remember, they won the Big 12, but they had a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? When I say a lot of help, I'm talking about Sam Leavitt had a lot of help last year. Really good defense. You know what I'm saying? Sound, can pressure the quarterback. Really good secondary. Cam Scatterbo. That makes your job a lot easier. And you go look at his statistics. They're decent, but I don't know if that's enough to be a top 10 quarterback. Now, Garrett Nussmeier is another player that has a lot of potential. Again, that short intermediate range for him. I want to see what he's going to be able to do this year with LSU. He should be able to take some steps forward in his game. Another big long ball thrower, but you're not going to always be able to strike on the long ball. Can you win in the intermediate? Won't have Mason Taylor this year. Who's going to be the next guy in a short intermediate that could be dangerous for them? Now, I like John Wachter. He's been tearing it up, obviously, in practice, I alluded to earlier. I like him as a top 6, top 7 type player in this list. Humbly, I don't think he should be top 4, but we're going to see when he puts on the pads, the spring game, obviously fall camp and beyond. But I will put him in my top 10, just not top 4. Next up, Drew Aller. I want to see what he does this year. They need to go get him some wide receivers. I think this spring transfer portal, you're going to see them add more guys in this portal, special guys transferring out, playing time, making cuts and all that. I think they add a couple guys in the portal to help out Drew Aller this year. But you got back, obviously, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen. You got your running backs back. There should be no excuse this year. And Penn State always has a good defense. Also at 10, I do like Nico. I like what he's been able to do so far in his career. Some people on my last video, y'all came for Nico a little bit. Look, man, he was still young. That's his first time really starting for real. Give him a little bit of opportunity. He did get them to the postseason berth, right? They did have a good season. Am I right? Come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Again, he does need to take that step forward. If you're negotiating these type of deals, I agree with y'all. He do need to take a step forward and a leap forward in his career. But he is a really good quarterback, man. Now, we're going to see this year. This year, no excuses. You got the receiving core. You got the pieces around you. You got one of the best offensive minds in college football, and Josh Heupel. He should be able to take a step forward this year, man. So I agree with Nico being top 10 as well. Really good quarterback, to say the least, man. And I do agree. Y'all going to come for me in the comments, but I don't think Carson Beck should be a top 10 quarterback in college football. Just hasn't done enough just yet. The one player that's not on this list that I would like to include, Luke Altmaier. I like him. He's a really good player, man. That's a player that needs to get a little bit more burn, a little bit more stain in the college football, man. That's a player I will put on this list humbly, you know what I'm saying, on here. I probably would move Sam, leave it obviously probably off. Got to see it, man. But I think Luke Altmaier has the tools to be that guy. But comment down below, who are your top 10 quarterbacks in college football? Do you agree with this list, or did he get it wrong?